this podcast, you're going to learn how to generate over $410,000 in total net worth in 9 years by doing absolutely nothing. My name is Anthony Pritchard, and this is the Slo Money Podcast that's all about non-liquid investments that have to do with real estate. And today, my guest is Brent Podesek from Cross Country Mortgage. Brent, thanks for coming on the program and teaching my audience, the viewers here today, about the rent versus buy calculator. What's it all about?
I love it. Yeah, nice to be here on there. Thanks for that lovely Halloween picture there, and feeling good. Yeah, no, people are paying rent out the wazoo right now. They're competing on rent right now. Like people are saying, "Oh, I'll rent my place for $2,000 a month," and there's renters saying, "I'll give you $2,200 a month. I'll give you $2,300 a month. I'll pay you 4 months in advance, 6 months in advance." So renting is crazy right now, to say the least. So what I like to do is show people, like, this is how you can get into a house. Let's talk about rent versus buy analysis, and let's get you into a house so you can gain some money, get some of that slow money.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. I mean, even if you're only going to be around for a year or two, it makes sense to get in the game. And Brent today is going to show you how much house you can afford. Not only that, but how that difference in the contract for your housing can just contribute towards your total net worth. So what do you have to show us today, Brent?
All right. So this is one that it was one of your clients, Anthony. You know, it was one of it says Belinda's friends here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we had this wealthy lady. She made some money, all right, and she was living in a very nice neighborhood, you know, in Denver, and and she was paying $4,000 a month.
See that?
$4,000 a month, so she could live in this neighborhood. That's outrageous, right? So
maybe.
Yep, maybe, right. You know, she better have a nice pool there or something. I don't know. But so anyway, I said, that's crazy. Look what we can do with your mortgage payment. What if your mortgage payment was, you know, $4,000 a month? How much house you could get? And right now, I did an analysis at an interest rate of 6%. Okay. All right, and so we did. You could buy a $547,000 house.
Oh, okay, I see. That's what that number means. Okay,
that's what that number means. So you could get maybe in this nice neighborhood, that's a condo or a townhome instead of a house. But you know, regardless, you're going to see the magic here in just a minute. So buying year one, you're paying $4,000 a month. All right.
Okay.
Then you're renting at $4,000 a month. All right, and this chart to the right shows an annual rent increase of 5.9%, which keep in mind, we're year over year 16% this year. So I mean, this is not the end all be all. It's gotten wicked out there. So here's how your rent is going. Notice that your mortgage payment, $4,091, is going to stay the same throughout this chart, because your mortgage payment doesn't change. Then you've got your rent payment that's going to go up 6% a year. Look at that. Year 9, you're going to be paying $6,400 a month to live in that neighborhood. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's dramatic. So there's a cash flow difference just by saying, hey, I'm going to be in power of my rent payment, right? I'm paying myself $4,000 a month. That's going to save you $110,000 in cash flow just over 9 years. Okay? Now, look at the appreciation gain. So when you own the house, the property is appreciating. And we've had some amazing appreciation numbers in Denver and the whole country for the last 2 years. But notice this. This is using a forecasted appreciation, conservative, 4.58%. So we're saying in 9 years, you're going to get $272,000 of appreciation. Then let's not forget this. Your rent payment, your mortgage payment is going to go to principal and interest. And this is how much principal that you're going to pay down and gain over 9 years. That's $73,953, almost $74,000.
So it's like a double payment because instead of an expense, you're putting it in a bank account.
110%, 110%, because you're paying off that loan. You're just, the equity is there. So your net gain, this is where it's the jaw dropper. The net gain of buying a home over 9 years is $410,000. Yeah. So the only year that you're losing is year one. So say if you're going to only live here for one more year and then you're going to move to Puerto Rico, check out, maybe don't buy. But if you're spending 2 years here, your net worth is up 26 grand. Then it goes up and up, 65, 108, 152, just exponentially.
Yeah. Well, this is such a great way to look at this evaluation, Brent. So I'm so glad we're able to plug in these numbers here. Let's say you didn't have $4,000 a month. Let's say it was more in the average, like $2,400 a month. Can you actually take us through the calculator and show us how that's done?
Absolutely. So I've got this great calculator that I'll pull up here. I use this calculator that was made by Barry Habib. He runs MBS Highway, and it's a buy versus rent comparison. So what he has done is he's pulled all of these factors together, like the appreciation, the tax rates, the tax, all of these things. And he's put it in to a nice tool that we can use to help you. So let's say what's an average rent that some of your renters that you're trying to cohort into buying a house and show them this. What's the average rent they're paying? And we'll do it by desired monthly payment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in my neighborhood, the average rent for a 3-bedroom, 1-bath is $2,400 a month.
All right, so we'll do Colorado, Denver County. Average is $2,400 a month. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll do. And let's say somebody can do. Do you think your buyers could do 10% down, or do you think they're more like a 5%?
Oh no, most of the people I'm talking to are able to come up with 10%. It seems like families are coming together to help them establish this, real estate generational wealth type investment.
Wonderful, wonderful. So 10% down. Let's say a rate of 6%, or maybe we can even bump it up to 6.25. Why not? Because rates have been going wild lately. And we'll do a 30-year loan. Okay?
Yeah, and that is conservative because I know you can get one for 5.5 today. Yeah, with the dip in the rates.
Oh, the rates. Yeah, I locked one the other day. Yeah, at 5.375. Believe it or not. Yeah. So no, it's really looking good. That's a benefit of going here. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's say 6.25, 30-year loan. Mm-hmm. And then we'll scroll down. So it says the estimated home price that you could buy is around $344,000, based on the desired monthly payment of $2,400. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at the analysis here. Let me make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and that price in my neighborhood is right around a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house too.
All right, fantastic.
So you got a backyard, you got room for the dogs, some outdoor living.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right, so let's see if we can. All right, I'm going to try to make this a little bit easier for you. Well, I guess that's good. We can just go here. You can see it, okay?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yep. So look at here. So we're saying in your neighborhood for this for that amount of property, right? Let's say if they were getting a deal, $1,800 a month, right? Mm-hmm. From the historic data, right? And we can go. So let me show you. It says $2,400 a month, and we were looking at $2,300. So let me show you. We've added in maintenance and repairs. Okay. to your house because you're a homeowner. You're going to have to repair a few things.
Yeah.
So the cash flow difference, all right, is going to be negative. And so this is what Anthony, you and I come up with all the time. They say, hey, I'm going to be paying more in the mortgage the way the interest rates are now. So I'm really not going to gain anything. And they could even say on this chart, look, over 8-9 years, I'm going to lose $8,000. It's just I'm never going to pay that much rent in my neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we say, hold on, let's go down a little bit further down. Look at the appreciation gain of this house. Mm-hmm. Your appreciation is going to be up $172,000. Mm-hmm. You're going to have had an amortization gain, paying that loan down of $42,000. So your net gain over the next 9 years in that arena that we just talked about, $168,840.
Yeah, and that's just passive net worth that is building in your name. And so even if it's not as big of a number as the other person who wanted to live in a more expensive neighborhood and pay a lot more, it's still a great choice to structure your housing in a way that increases your net worth. I love it. I think it's a great tool. It's a great thing to consider before you either rent or you buy. And so thanks, Brent.
Yeah, you're welcome, Anthony. Yeah, and if anybody ever, watching, wants me to do this for your situation, say it's $1,000 a month, say it's $3,000 a month, let's plug in your county, your numbers, and I'll give you a complete overview of, how much you'll gain by buying. And then if you're not ready, let's say you don't have the 10% down, you don't have the 5% down, you don't have even the 3% down, we have low programs like that. We'll at least have a plan to get you there and get you some of this slow money.
Great. Well, Brent, I'm going to go ahead and throw up your website in case somebody does want to get a rent versus buy analysis done on their situation. And they can reach out to you. Your phone number's on the screen. Thanks for being my guest today on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Anthony. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to more deals and more knowledge to our people and creating wealth for our nice clients.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
All right.